and welcome to ACS Golf and today's video. I'm looking at the best putters and wedges that I reviewed last year. Yes, I know it is April and it's taken me a while to get these videos out, but this is the final one from the series. I've already done drivers, already done woods, hybrids and irons, and this is the last section of this little series I've been doing. Now, if you're new to the channel, basically what I'm doing is I'm looking at all the clubs that I reviewed last year per my ACS Golf scale. I look at 5 categories: distance, feel, looks, price and forgiveness. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Basically, I'm taking each winner in each of those categories per club. And these can be brand new clubs that I review for the channel. Any brand new reviews come out on Friday, 12 a.m. UK time, or it could be second-hand clubs or clubs that are from last year, for example, that you can still pick up brand new, but because they're last year, I don't do the Friday because they're not, 2024 clubs. I do them on the Sunday at 12 a.m. UK time again there. And the Sunday reviews happen every week. The new clubs happen every now and again, and a few more bonus videos as well that appear, such as this little series I've been doing. So if you're new to the channel, remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so you do not miss any of that. Now, further ado, let's get into the first ones. Let's get into the wedges, I think, first. When it comes down to, well, for both of these categories, really, distance for both wedges and putters, I don't really look at the distance. I think wedges, you can just change the loft depending on how far you need it to go, and putters, obviously, the same. Well, you're not really worried about the distance there. It's more about field control, etc. So those categories are both gone. So for this review, so I'm looking at feel, looks, price and forgiveness. First one, then let's get into it. So for the wedges, this actually won 2 of the categories. Won the feel and the looks, and it's still currently in my bag. So I reviewed it last year, and it was the TaylorMade MG2. So milled grind wedge. There you go. Still got the 60 there. We had that rusty face. I will say this is a little bit dirty. I had to go out and play the other day and haven't cleaned the clubs up yet. But anyway, there you go. Great looking thing. Now, out of the ratings for me, I love the feel of it. I give it 4 out of 5. Love the looks as well. And I really do like that face that does turn rusty. Gave it a 4 out of 5 for looks as well. Obviously, this is a previous model, so this is not the MG3 that was out, I think 2022, 2023, and the MG4. It's 4. I think I have one in the bag. Yes, which is the current model. I will be reviewing the MG4 soon. But for me, when it comes down to wedges, I think as long as the grooves are good, your average golfers, probably such as myself, to be honest. I think I am now technically a low handicapper, but still, very much your average golfer. As long as the grooves are good, wedges really haven't changed over the years, to be fair. You're still going to get just the amount of good spin from, say, a Vokey from, I don't know, 2008, 2009, than a brand new Vokey right now, because, if the grooves are good, you're going to get that spin there. So there you go. But anyway, that is the winners for that. In the rest of the categories, price, I give it 3 out of 5. They tend to hold their price quite well. And forgiveness, I give it a 3 out of 5 as well. They're not the most forgiving models. The high toe from TaylorMade is. Didn't actually review any most forgiving models really last year for wedges. Different putters, obviously, because the majority of the time I do play a mallet. But I didn't do wedges. I'll do that this year. Haven't reviewed that many wedges last year. Only did a few. So next year I'm going to do a bit more, and the same for putters. But anyway, we're moving off piece here. Now on to the next one. Next one for me is price. And this is a brand, actually, regardless of this wedge that I'm talking about right now. But brand, if you're looking for wedges, a lot of people don't think about them, but they're cheap and they do perform really, really well. So the winner of price, which was 4 out of 5, was a King Cobra Mim wedge. Okay, let's have a quick photo of that for you guys. So there you go, a photo of it. So I gave it 4 out of 5. Because you could pick this up for around £50, under £50, pretty much brand new still, so around, what, $70, on the second-hand market. And even their general wedges are cheap. I mean, I picked up to review for you guys, which I will at some point. It is buried in there. I do have it. Where is it? There it is. There it is. So much stuff. I got Cobra SB here, to try out for you guys, which I'll be doing in the future. And again, that wasn't that expensive. I think it was about £70, and it was a current model at the time last year. So they are great options to pick up, Cobra wedges. You know, definitely they're more modern stuff. Not too sure about the older stuff, but the more modern stuff, you know, you're going to get enough spin from it. You're going to get good feelings from it. They look good, they're versatile, and they perform really well. So whenever it comes down to looking at wedges, do look at Cobra and Cleveland as well. Cleveland make some of the best wedges out there, but they don't tend to do that well in the second-hand market. Unfortunately, when you look at your Titleis's and your Pings, they really do hold their value, and then sometimes you're paying quite a lot of money for something that's quite worn and therefore isn't going to perform well as basically a wedge with better grooves on it. So there you go. But anyway, that was it. The King Cobra Mim wedge, gave it 4 out of 5. Feels 3.5 out of 5. Looks was a 3 out of 5. And then Forgiveness was 4 out of 5. So really nice wedge. Now finally on to the Forgiveness category for me. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I haven't done any of the more forgiving types. I mean, you know, Cleveland CBXs are the sort of the really forgiving types with them. TaylorMade high toes. I think Callaway's is a Mac Daddy. I want to say Mac Daddy, but I'm not 100% sure off that. But anyway, for me, it was a Titleist Vokey SM8. Tried two of the Vokeys last year, SM5 and SM8. Believe me, not that much difference between them. But I did prefer the SM8 on that one. And that was the most forgiving. I personally think it was a 4 out of 5, same as a Cobra, but it was really a good sort of forgiving club. Let's have a quick look at that. So there you go. You know, good looking club. I mean, obviously it's a Vokey. They all look really good. You know, the more modern stuff. Personally, put Vokey in a bag for myself. They're a little bit more heavier than I like. I prefer, you know, the TaylorMade MG2s. You know, I think it's really, you know, it's nice and lighter. I really do love the feel of them. Might need to replace a 60 soon. It is getting quite battered, to be honest. And, you know, might not necessarily get the MG4, might get the MG3. Whatever I can find that is sort of MG2 upwards, has good grooves, I will buy. Because, like I said, they're all very similar anyway. You know, modern day wedges really hasn't changed that much. But anyway, yeah, 4 out of 5 for the Vokey SM8. Feel 4 out of 5, looks 4 out of 5, price 3 out of 5, because obviously Vokeys do hold their value, and Forgiveness 4 out of 5. And this thing about wedges as well, you know, you look at the Vokeys, and a lot of the tour players play the older Vokeys because they, you know, they find a wedge, they like the feel of it, they like the weight, they stick with them. You know, once their grooves go, they try and, well, I've probably got a load of stock still in there, you know, and they pick them up again because, you know, they're getting exactly the same amount of spin from that than they would from the brand new ones, because you can only make the grooves so deep and make the face so rough, etc. So that the technology wise, when it comes down to it, it's already been hit when it comes down to the groove a couple of years ago. So there you go. Okay, guys, there was the wedges category. So we've got through that one pretty quickly compared to the other videos. Now let's get straight on to the putters. So remember, we're looking at feel, looks, price, and forgiveness. Distance is null. So when we go into feel, so I've actually given this to a club I didn't actually do the ACS Golf Scale at the time for, mainly because I started that about, I think, 3/4 of the way through last year. So there was a few clubs that I missed out on it, but I've given it one that I think would have won it, and that is the Bettinardi SS28 slot back. I'll give it 4.5 out of 5. For me, you know, I loved it. I've gamed it actually for quite a bit. I don't have it anymore. I decided to move on because it was that sort of bigger blade profile, and I've gone back to a mallet. Great looking club. Let's have a quick photo of it there. So there you go. Really good looking club. Very clean. You know, really good aesthetics, I think. You know, looks, I'd say 4 out of 5. Price, give it 4 out of 5. And then forgiveness, even though it was that bigger mallet, I'd probably give it a 3. One thing I will say about Bettinardi in the UK, I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. I have been called out for it before, so I do apologise. But they don't do well in the UK market secondhand. So you can always keep an eye out for that, because, you know, you get premium putters like Scotty Cameron's, but a lot cheaper and more modern. So do be aware of that. Moving on to looks. For me, the look category is this, the Mizuno M Craft 1. So there you go, beautiful blade putter, love the colour of it. You can get it in blue as well. Just really, really gorgeous. I mean, I wanted to play this club so badly because it looked so good, and I'm a big fan of Mizuno, but unfortunately, as mentioned, I do play mallets. Blades, I do struggle to align them, not necessarily hit them wrong, but just the alignment aid, I prefer on a bigger head. So overall, looks 4.5 out of 5. Feel 3.5 out of 5. Felt like it feel a little bit better, but anyway. Price, especially the fact it's a milled face putter. Price 3.5 out of 5, and forgiveness 3 because it was that blade. Now moving on to the last category, and it is a club I used for quite a while, and I have taken it out recently. It is now gone because I'm using the new Odyssey AI1 putter, which I'm loving. Got the review of that and the milled version as well on my channel right now, so check that out. It was the Even Roll ER5 hatchback. Let's have a quick look. So there you go, a classic, good-looking club. And this one in 2 categories, actually. So one price and one in forgiveness. So price, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Forgiveness, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Now price, Even Roll in the UK, again, in the second-hand market, they really don't do well. They're premium brand, it costs £300 plus or $400, etc. But in the second-hand market, definitely over here in the UK, they just don't do well. I mean, you can pick them up for brand new, still the current model, about £150 and below on eBay. That's, I want to say around what, $180, $190, and below it. It's not even that's the lowest they can go. They go below it. They're great clubs. I've seen brand new ones at the moment being sold for under £200, under $250, and no one's picking them up. But they are fantastic. The roll of them's absolutely great. A lot of players use them. I mean, like Rick Shield, for example, you did use them. I think he's now moved on to the Ping PLDs, but they are fantastic clubs. Great roll on them, great forgiveness, as I mentioned there, 4.5 out of 5. Overall, the whole look, going through the rest of the ratings, there we go. Feel 4.5 out, well, 4 out of 5, sorry, and looked 4 out of 5 as well. Just beautiful clubs, all type of neck, adjustments in it. So different slants into the neck, into the club head, different shapes, sizes, etc., different weights, great grips on them. Beautiful, beautiful club. So if you're looking for a premium putter, but you don't want to pay premium prices and you don't mind going onto a second-hand market, Even Roll for me is one of the best out there, definitely in the UK market to be going out and trying. The Ping PLDs hold their value. Odyssey Toulons hold their value. I know they don't do Odyssey and Toulon are just broken up this year, but the older, last year and the previous models, hold their value. Obviously, Scotty Cameron hold their value extremely well. So for me, the Even Roll is a great milled putter that looks the part, is premium. The head cover is great, grip's great, but it is in that cheap bracket on the second-hand market. So definitely keep your eyes out on that. Well, for that putter, sorry, if you're looking for a great deal, because believe me, even the one I sold, I was it's a bit like someone's got an absolute bargain for the price I actually sold it for. So there you go, guys. Because unfortunately, as much as I'd love to keep all the clubs that I try, I've already got loads behind me, so every now and again they have to go. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Do check out as well the other videos from the series. So the best drivers I did from last year, reviewed, as I mentioned, best hybrids, best fairway woods, best irons, etc. So check the channel out for that. Do comment down below, what would be your best wedge you've ever tried? What would be your best putter you've ever tried? I'd love to get suggestions there because, with this, do a review every week. It'd be great to have some suggestions from you guys to what clubs I should possibly go out and try and review for you guys. So do leave that comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and I will see you soon. Well, probably most likely this Sunday for the next ACS golf review. All right, guys. See you then. Bye-bye.